Hello, my name is Jennifer Terri. I'm a Philippine Travel Update. Today is December 29. I'd like to greet my Auntie Erlene. Happy birthday. Travel updates. What's going on in the Philippines? Yesterday, we talked about how the DOH will no longer report case bulletin, which is actually a good sign, guys. They would still count cases, no? But you would have to go to the website to check it. They will not be posting it on social media, in which many Filipinos rely on social media for their news with COVID numbers as well. Some senators opposed this, saying that daily COVID-19 bulletins are a reminder to the public that the problem is not yet over and that we must continue to be careful and practice safety protocols. IATF and the DOH is firm on their decision. No more case bulletins on social media. You have to go to their website. Actually, it's a good sign. It's more like Philippines is leaning towards living with COVID and treating it as an endemic. In the words of the IATF spokesperson acting Carlo Nograles yesterday, right now we are ramping up our vaccinations, and the focus right now is on the vaccination. They have a target of vaccinating 77 million Filipinos by the first quarter of the year. By focusing on vaccination, we may see cases of COVID are mild and asymptomatic. Then transmission may still occur, but vaccination is there to prevent severe, critical, and rise of hospitalization. So it's very clear that the Philippines will just focus on vaccination and will only look at utilization rate, hospitalization, critical levels, which is a good thing din naman. Parang, this COVID-19 is masyado nang matagal and our economy is suffering na talaga. Like, even the president admits it himself na wala na tayong budget. The Philippines no longer has the budget, even for the typhoon. Very sad, no? We have to move forward. Vaccination is the key. Even though our cases is, slightly increasing. Yes, it is increasing po. Pero the positivity rate, it's still very low. We're still at low risk. So, lockdown, malabo po. Apparently, Omicron is milder, which is a good thing. Milder means wala masyadong symptoms. People who will be infected with Omicron will more likely do only home quarantine. They will not have to go to the hospital. According to statistics in the US, those infected by Omicron variant are 15 to 20% less likely to go to an emergency room and 40% less likely to be hospitalized overnight compared with those infected with Delta. So parang the COVID-19 variants are becoming less severe na, no, which is good thing. It's like a road to recovery na, hopefully. But still, vaccination and booster shot is the best protection, guys. So if you haven't had yours, go get it. Right now, the utilization rate in the Philippines is very safe. About travel updates, guys, when it comes to red listing, green list po, wala pa pong update. Baka tomorrow pa. I'm sure tomorrow may report nila. So I'll update you once it's available. But vaccination rate is very high, 78% of the target population first dose, while 62% received their full vaccinated na. On quarantine protocols, apparently one Filipino, a resident of Parañaque, Manila, escaped quarantine, did not quarantine. Oh no, how did it happen? They're very strict at the airport, guys. The only way you can escape is through sundo. So who picked up this Filipino? Who picked them up? Kasi for OFWs, they're picked up by OWA. For non-OFWs, picked up by accredited taxi drivers or airport shuttles or hotel transfer pickup. How did this kababayan escape? Well, there are laws about where you have signed some forms at the airport. This person will be liable. See, if you don't want to quarantine po, don't escape quarantine, then postpone your travel to the Philippines. The IATF spokesperson mentioned about prosecution encouraging people not to do the same thing. Well, don't do it. If you don't want to quarantine, wag ka na lang umuwi. Sorry, pero ito po yung rule ngayon. If you want zero quarantine, then let's just wait when they remove it. It's simple. Do not violate the law po. Now, one kababayan messaged me the other day She was not able to board her flight. Why? Because her negative test result was written in a foreign language. So yan po, pag negative test result po, it has to be in English. Kasi hindi po maintindihan yan sa airport sa Manila or sa Philippines kung hindi po yan English. Kailangan po English po yung negative test result natin. Make sure guys, your negative test result, your vaccination card or certificate is in English po. May English translation po. While on vaccinating children, the Department of Health clarified that the Philippines is not yet administering vaccinations for children under 11 years old. So 5 to 11, yes, Pfizer were approved, pero they're not starting vaccinating children that age po. Hindi pa po. Well, let's answer a few questions. From Roger, Pao changed my direct flight to Cebu from San Francisco. We are going to Manila instead and quarantine for 6 days. Do we need to quarantine again in Cebu? According to the IATF rule, yes, you need to quarantine in Cebu, only home quarantine. Home quarantine. So it will depend on your LGU and in yourself whether they will monitor you and whether you will follow it. Next question is from Felix. Are U.S. citizens, Balikbayans, allowed to travel to the Philippines with one-way ticket? Length of stay depend on the condition and situation. Also, we have kababayans or Balikbayans who travel to the Philippines and they don't know when they will be going back abroad. No need to show return ticket po. For Balikbayans, those who will avail Balikbayan privilege, you do not need return ticket. Hindi po kailangan. Hindi po sila naghahanap. You don't need it. Well, for those on 9A visas, I've heard that when you apply for 9A visa, sometimes they ask for a return ticket, not necessarily confirmed ticket. It can also be just a rental ticket, no? You know that services where you can rent a ticket. Yun lang po. That's it. You don't need a return ticket. And it's not always asked upon arrival in the Philippines, yeah, because you can always say that you want to extend your visa. You want to stay longer. Next question is from Carlos. Hello, Jennifer. Is there any news from the IATF? They're going to put it back to 3 days only hotel quarantine. The 3 days hotel quarantine is only for those coming from green lanes and fully vaccinated. But for everyone else, yellow list, there's no news on that. I don't think they would be losing the restrictions on quarantine, especially with Omicron. Yeah, I don't think so. So we have to accept that the current rule will stay for we don't know when. Maybe long. But this is all for today po. Is there anything you want me to address? Comment down below. I'll see you po with another travel update. I'm so sorry that my uploads po or updates are not consistent with the time. Usually we upload nighttime, no? Pero the internet in our area has been unstable. It's been very windy. I think that's the issue. I don't know. Mahina yung internet minsan, but this is the update for today po. Stay safe po kayo. Mag-ingat po kayo. Happy New Year in advance. God bless.